All right, problem number 1. Hopefully you noticed a couple of things that are really valuable here. One is the word and, the other is the word accordingly. Accordingly is a conclusion indicator. And the word and here is joining two complete sentences that could stand on their own. And when and is doing that in an argument, it indicates those two statements are probably premises, the two statements that appear on each side of the and. All right, now I chose as terms for my symbolic representation of this argument: chunks of ice, objects that float in water, things as dense as water, C, F, and D. You may have chosen different terms. Objects that sink in water, for example. And if you did that, your argument's going to look different from mine. And so if you're not real clear whether or not you did this one correctly, you can just go ahead and shoot that to me through email and I'll take a look at it. All right, when we symbolically represent this argument using C, F, and D, we get something along these lines: no F or D, no non-F or C, all C are non-D. First premise looks pretty good, but we've got to eliminate those term complements, non-F and non-D. We can do that really easily with the second premise by converting and then obverting it in that order to get the statement all C or F. And we can then obvert the conclusion statement, all C or non-D, to get the statement no C or D. And now we have our argument in standard form. We have three terms appearing 2 times each exactly the same way, and we can examine this argument for validity by applying the 5 rules for categorical syllogisms. The middle term has to be distributed at least once. Our middle term is F, and it's distributed right here in the first premise. If there's anything distributed in the conclusion, and C and D both are, have to be distributed also in premises, and they are. So we've passed the first 2 rules. We do not have 2 negative premises, so we can check off rule number 3. We do have a negative premise, and we have a negative conclusion, so we're complying with rule number 4. And we don't have an argument that has 2 universal premises and a particular conclusion, so rule number 5 doesn't apply. So we're going to check our work with Venn diagrams to make sure, or a Venn diagram to make sure that we've applied these 5 rules correctly. So we're going to mark in the premise all C or F and no F or D. And that leaves only area 2 open where any C's can be. So we then see the conclusion no C or D. If we check this argument's form, EA1, in our unconditionally valid inventory, we're going to see it shows up. So number 1 is an unconditionally valid argument.